It's like
All right,
no big deal to me.
All right, well, yeah. What's up, you guys?
Sup, Sprout.
What's up, Shermathan? Welcome to the Nuclear Playground Podcast, everybody.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Some vodka with some lime in it.
God, you're poor. So, how you been?
Good, you?
Been good. You were just reading some questions to me.
Yeah,
like a
I was
second ago,
looking
and I
at
was
some
trying to
advice
answer
stuff
it here.
earlier.
Advice.
Or not advice stuff, just random questions on Reddit, on the AskReddit subreddit. User The Water asks, fall damage is now disabled. What are you going to do with this new ability?
If I fall damage is disabled, then that's the only damage that's disabled. So you can take bullets to the chest and die still, right?
I'd like to think so.
I would try to skydive. Because I'm terrified of that and flying. I would fly to Hawaii and Colorado instead of driving and all those other places. But mainly I would wear a squirrel suit without a parachute and see how far I can get.
But what if you're in the plane and the plane crashes? Is that still fall damage or is that crash damage?
That's you're fucked. You're not falling. Like the plane's falling, you're just along for the ride. Unless you like get released from your seatbelt the moment, like the second or half of a second before impact. So you're still technically in the air and you're free of the seat and you're free flowing inside the tube of the airplane. But then, like, as soon as it crashes, you crash to the ground. But if you make contact at all with the plane, then technically you're not falling.
Huh.
I don't know. I was just like...
Somebody else said that they would start an airline where you fly across major cities and people just jump out wherever they want.
That's a really good idea. I was thinking for myself, but if we're talking like everybody, like maybe... But like fall damage was a previous thing, right? So I would like take family members and push them off the edge of the cliffs, just for therapy, you know.
For some catharsis.
Yeah.
Hey, Dad, want to go flying?
Shove them off the cliff and then get all your, all your murderous intent out.
I would finally feel the courage to make those YouTube videos where like those people are like on skyscrapers and like balance beam or like those like steel beams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that wouldn't even be a thing anymore. I think it would be more like who can fall the coolest. And it's always funnier to watch fat people fall.
You know how many people would just intentionally fall head first?
All those handsome cut Russians that are hanging on the edge of the fucking buildings and doing all that shit would lose to like the fat guy who fell from the same height trying to do the same thing.
Oh, that guy would make a little decent shockwave probably depending on how high he falls.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I don't know what I would do with that. Except for enjoy the fact that there's no fall damage. As long as I'm in the sky, I feel immortal. That's how I would feel. Like
I feel like
until I died of natural causes.
I really do feel like I would jump off of things just to see how it happens, how it works. Trying to fly, because like somebody said that with that squirrel suit, they think like the math is there for you to possibly land it.
Mm-hmm.
But who's going to be that brave person to try to do that?
Not me. Wait, are we still talking with or without fall damage?
With without like a legit like thing. Like I watched this thing where dude was like, mathematically it's possible to land it, but who's brave enough? Fucking not me. I know who is. Travis Pastrami. Pastrana. Yeah. Any more questions?
Yeah, I'm looking right now. Well, there was another one. Where's it at? Trump Dumper says, what is surprisingly still legal in 2019? There's a lot of things, really, but I think the one that surprises me the most is the Electoral College. It's the biggest crock of bullshit ever, because we don't even really get a say in who we vote for, because at the end of the day, it depends on how many people are representing your state and voting for. Like, the popular vote don't mean shit. Like, the last term proved that. You know what I mean?
Look, man. You're an American. I'm a native. Okay?
I'm not an American. I just happen to be here. They brought my black ass here, or my great grandpappy's black ass here a long ass time ago, and I'm just the result of it.
That's not what Kanye West said.
Oh, I'm sorry. We made a choice.
No. I don't know, dude. Isn't it all kind of pointless? We're gonna be cold forever.
Yeah, I feel like this whole. There's a lot of things that shouldn't be illegal that are illegal, and there's a lot of things that are legal that shouldn't be legal, and then none of it really matters.
Like masturbation in public. Like, what the fuck are they thinking? Why is that illegal?
I feel like that would attract more mates.
Right.
You get to peacock a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Ease the tension, baby. No, that's pretty gross.
That's pretty nasty.
Mushrooms, being completely legal would be nice. Along with like,
well, it's decriminalized in certain areas, which is really cool.
Yeah, I mean that's a step towards the right direction. I'm just tired of the government trying to tell me how many drugs I can have in my body, or how many bullets I can have in my gun, or like how many foreign people I can store in a fucking storage container and ship them across the border. Like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Where's my freedom to do those things?
It's not here. Definitely not here.
No,
it is crazy. Rules,
huh?
It's too many rules.
Well, I mean, it's really a weird balance, don't you think? Between ultimate freedom and like civilization. Cause shit can get real uncivilized real quick without rules, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm like a bunch of I don't knows right now.
Here's one. What's the dumbest lie you told that became true?
Let me think. That one's kind of a tough one. I've told somebody I lost my rent money and got robbed for my rent money the next day.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, no, that happened. Yeah, no. I told my my landlord, actually, Walter Peisner, way back in the day, that I got robbed for my rent money.
Mm-hmm.
In the morning, I told him that, and by the evening, I literally got robbed later that evening at SA off of Lindale Avenue over Southside.
That's crazy.
For my rent money.
I remember a long while ago I had told one of my old jobs, like, hey, I'm not coming in today. It's a family emergency. my dad has surgery. And I'm not even lying. My dad had surgery like a week later. He just called me and told me out of nowhere, like I just got out the hospital. I'm like, what?
That's
he never tells me when he's going in. He always tells me afterwards. And I'm like, why don't you tell me beforehand?
Wait, but you ain't talked to him for a whole week before then. So, I mean, kind of your fault too, letting your old man sit there and suffer without checking up on him. I don't have to. My brother and sister live there, so I don't have to go see them.
I don't know what it's like to be a son to that dad. You know what I mean? Like,
no, I get you.
I barely know him in like the greater scheme.
You
of
got
things.
more
like,
time to do that.
Yeah.
A little bit more, I suppose. Jeremiah's getting old, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I have the hardest time getting up to see my family. I mean, they're fucking like an hour away, 45 minutes away. But I'm always so caught up, like, taking care of my kids or working or, you know, trying to sleep because I don't ever sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm paranoid of cancer because I'm getting older, you know. I don't
know where cancer came from, but damn.
I am so paranoid. No, the whole sleep thing. Like, you know, your damaged DNA causes mutations in your DNA are what fucking cancers come from, you know.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
So, if you don't sleep properly, your DNA doesn't heal properly. And if it doesn't heal properly, then you get your mutations. Then you get the cancers.
And then you die.
And then you die. Or you get the radiations, and then you lose your hairs, and then you get the dyes.
And then you get the dyes.
No, yeah, so it's kind of scary, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Also, I notice when I sleep, I'm less tired. Because, you know, I sleep.
You know what's funny is when I actually get the amount of sleep I'm supposed to get, I feel more tired because I don't sleep. And now my body's like, I want more of that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel that. I think sleep's very important, especially the older we get. It's probably most important when you're younger.
Yeah.
But you know how much fucking time we've wasted. And that's the other thing. It's a compounding thing. It's not anything you can catch up on. So, like, we're never going to get caught up on the sleep that we missed.
Nope.
So, I mean, yeah, let's just hope we die in a car accident before cancer gets a hold of us. Okay, next question.
What is a seemingly innocent question that is actually really insensitive or rude to ask? You're not a dude, are you?
I always... Oh, yeah, I suppose that's a good one. Which makes me think about... Never mind. I won't go there. A seemingly innocent question. Here's my thing. Like, because I don't know if it's rude or not, but when people's, like, mom or dad or somebody just died and you don't know, like, the details... Like, I really want to know, but I'm not going to ask because I assume it's rude, and I don't want to ask how you feel because I don't want to fucking throw a rock in the pond, you know? And the last thing I want is you trying to cry on my shoulder.
You need a hug? And they're like, what? You got snot just running down here.
Well, it's more than that. It's like the human feelings like are all over you. Ugh.
You take a shower afterwards?
Yeah, I feel gross. Like, oh no. Because now I have to pretend I feel bad for this person. No, no, it gets real awkward because I don't know what to say exactly. Because, like, in all honesty, like, what would make me feel good about the situation? And I'm like, not a fucking thing. There's nothing. Like, right now, there's a guy on my Twitter who I've been friends with for a while. Honestly, I can't remember how long, but I watched his timeline progress from his kid. He used to do funny shit all the time on his timeline, and all of a sudden it became about his kid. And it was like 11 months ago or 12 months ago that his kid was like feeling sick, and they had to take him to the hospital.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, well, they found out like later on that he has this really rare form of cancer, and and that you know, I mean, the kid's like, he's a real little kid. He's like 4 or 5. It's just a young fucking dude, and so they're like doing everything to, you know, make him feel better. And there was like a whole bunch of positivity, you know, like, oh, we're gonna beat this, that, and the other thing. And I've watched it slowly develop and deteriorate to the point where now they're actually waiting for him to die. And he can barely stay awake. You know, he's in a lot of pain, and he's barely coherent. He says like crazy things, like I'm falling into a fire, or
oh wow,
like there's things in his diaper that he needs to have somebody take out. But mainly when he's awake, he hugs his parents and says, "You're good mommies and daddies," and he just hugs them. And I'm like, man, that shit eats me up, because if like my youngest kids or any of my kids were in that situation, and there's nothing they can do, there's nothing. The amount of time and money spent on this, and they're still.
So you don't bother asking dude any questions?
I don't want to, honestly, because like he tells enough. He gives you an update all the time about what's going on, because they're trying to get money so he can stay home and spend his last few days with his kid, or however long, because he doesn't have long at all. So I mean, it could be at any time. So he just wants to be there all the fucking time, but he can't. He's got to work. And I'm like, fuck work, man. Like, fuck all this shit. Let me go into the hole at this point. And it'd be really hard to not turn to easy money, like robbing people. Like, my first instinct was like, I need money right now. I don't have time to GoFundMe. I don't have time for none of this shit. I'm gonna do what I have to do.
Right.
It's rough. It's rough to read. It's rough to see.
Are you looking at it right now?
Yeah, actually, I am. I'm looking at it right now. It's just crazy, dude. It's like, it's hard to read.
That's nuts.
It is, and especially because I've watched this whole thing change, and wait, well, what could I do? And there's like absolutely nothing I can do. Nothing.
Except for ask questions that may come off as
right. Well, they pretty much tells you everything.
Yeah, but I mean, you know, he's probably someone on his timeline right now asking some dumbass question. Are you okay? No, bitch, I'm not okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not.
There's one seemingly innocent question that I've noticed people ask all the time, and it's rude as fuck. You ever see like a lady? She's like thick. She looks pregnant, but she's not. But nobody knows that, and motherfuckers are always like, "Oh, how many months are you?"
Right? Yeah, that's pretty fucking rude. What is that smell? Is a pretty one. Like, it seems innocent, and like, what is that smell?
You guys smell fucking sour cream.
It's that one can get a little weird, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a little weird to judge. I know if somebody asked me like, is that a flashlight in my pocket or is that my dick? I don't know. It depends on who's asking. I might actually be like, it's my dick. But I can't really think of too many, because I have a hard time with the filter on my mouth as is. Mm-hmm. So.
Oh, here's one. Here's a perfect example of a seemingly innocent question that came off as really fucked up. I was in the courthouse in Anoka County. My son's mom got involved into some shit. I won't go into detail, but she ended up having to go to court, and I went there not to like back her up or anything, but just to make sure that my son's bases were covered if some shit popped off. So sitting in the courthouse, and she's sitting like right across from me, or actually right next to me, because she comes in the courthouse. At first she was sitting across from me. We talked for a little bit. She comes sits next to me. I'm sitting there just minding my business, playing my DS. this lady and her son come in. They have to go to court for like truancy or some shit like that, and they sit right across from us where she was sitting, and this lady looks dead at me and Amber and goes, "Let me guess, truancy." But she's not talking to me. She's talking to Amber.
That is so funny.
It gets better. Some like a year later, I'm over at her house, and some dude. I'm just hanging out with Levi and Jeremiah. Some dude comes knocking on the door. I open the door, and he goes, "Is your mom home?" She's right behind me. I said, "Hey, mom."
No. Oh man.
Oh, fucking good times, man. Let's search for another one. Let's see. If OK Boomer was a digital assistant like OK Google, what sorts of answers would you give it to certain questions, or would it give you to certain questions?
Like, what do you mean?
Like OK Boomer, like an old ass, like old person.
Oh.
Like if a baby boomer was Siri, basically, what kind of answers would it give you, and what kind of question to like certain questions?
Be loyal to your president. That would be the answer to a lot of questions. Like, what do we do about him? Lying all the time. Be loyal to your president.
Make sure you scrap your metal.
And be loyal to your president.
Buy bonds. U.S. war bonds specifically.
Yep.
We were the greatest generation to ever live.
Yep. I wouldn't ask any questions because I'm really, it's hard to think of a question. Oh, what was it like, knowing you fucked up the whole world?
They'd be like, what do you mean?
With your terrible, terrible decisions. No, I mean, reality is they're living in a world that had a pretty fucking good veil on it for a while,
Right.
And now, like, the cat's out of the bag, the hat's off the bald guy, the panties are off the hoe. What's another one of those terms? The chicken's in the pot.
The brisket's on the grill.
The brisket's on the grill. Yeah.
The turkey necks in the collards.
The sperm's in the photoplasm. No, I don't know. It's not even a real thing. I don't know, man. You got any more questions? Because that one's
kind of weird.
I have a hard time with that one. Just because I don't trust people over a certain age.
Here's one.
And their opinions.
You get $1 billion if you could start a massive argument at your family's Thanksgiving dinner. What's your game plan? Mine is easy. I'm me.
I
can say anything.
I'm going to say... Honestly, it's really hard because they all have different arguments. They're all different people.
All I have to do is just sit at my family table at Thanksgiving and say, I think this impeachment is bullshit. It's a wrap.
If I was to say that, I don't think anybody would give a fuck because they don't care enough. I mean, I'm sure my brother and my sister would be like, oh, God. But my dad's like, I don't give a fuck. I don't watch sports. It would have to be something along the lines of like some serious shit, like some false rape accusations or something,
Yeah.
It'd have to go that far, or something. Or I could just get him drunk, and then just be around them for a little bit, and that will work right there.
I could be like, been hanging out with our racist Uncle John, and now I identify as a white supremacist.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, nigga, you're black.
That don't mean nothing.
You don't mean shit. That's all I have to say. Just make up like the worst argument ever, and then I win. That $1 million. Was it million or billion?
Do you have to win the argument? Or is it
No, you just have to just create chaos. Oh, okay, here's a question. What is your most terrifying, we need to leave now, random rush of fear you've ever felt?
Dude, I've had a million of those. Like, I feel like if you don't have those at least once a week, you're living a shitty life.
I gotta reevaluate some things then. 'Cause I'm in a bubble, apparently. I'm comfortable as fuck.
I know, right? Dude, there's been so many. It's like not even fucking funny.
I think the most intense I've ever felt that way was when I got that ride from that dude who was asking to take pictures and shit.
No,
I think there's got to be worse than that. I don't think there is, though. Like, I've never had to just straight up just fucking bounce unless the police was chasing me, but that don't really count.
Like, there's been a million times where fights started and shit like that's happened where I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here, like, now. Also, like, being chased by cops, a million times, you know, doing all that shit.
Oh, I do have one, but I couldn't get out of there. And I don't know if you were there or not, but it was the day that we were at Matt's house and Gina showed up and we were all eating mushrooms.
Oh, yeah,
it was when Gina had that big ass jug of wine and the cop showed up out of nowhere. And I was like, we gotta get the fuck out of here. But I couldn't do shit because they already hemmed me up. I was sweating my ass off, freaking. It's the only bad trip I ever had, and it was because of the cops.
Well, yeah. I remember watching my dad get his head caved in by the car jack and shit when I was a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then they started to chase me. I had a pretty big rush of like, let's get the fuck out of here. When we found that dead body on the railroad tracks, I had a big rush of let's get the fuck out of here. When I was walking on the reservation and hearing wolves like really fucking close to me in the tall grass and shit, I was like, I need to get the fuck out of here.
What about that time you took a bunch of mushrooms and got lost in the woods?
I was worried, but I didn't have the anxiety to get the fuck out. I was tripping so hard. I was like, man, I'm going to die anyways.
Should have got that house on the water.
What do you mean I can't live by the water? Like, what the fuck? No. There's been a lot of instances, like a lot. Yeah, there's been a lot of police situations, things I shouldn't talk about. But actually, you know, it could, because it's been so long, and I've already went to jail for these things, you know.
What are they going to do, come and re-arrest you?
Exactly. Well, some of the things I haven't got arrested for, but I mean, the crime's so long ago, and they're so, like, irrelevant. You know, it shouldn't matter. When my dad was wrestling with my aunt's boyfriend Tony in the living room over a rifle, that was pretty fucking scary. I wanted to get the fuck out of there. When me and my cousin set a house on fire over South Side and we were still in it.
I remember when we were kicking into that Kimber's house and she wasn't home.
Oh yeah.
And we were all out there smoking on the porch, and she came in like, "What are y'all doing?" And that was like the best "we got to get the fuck out of here now" moment ever, because I didn't even get to see you leave. I just seen the screen to go, and then I looked across the street, and you were already there.
Fuck yeah, she didn't even know I was there. That was the funny part. I slid right behind her when she came in the door. I was like, oh. I didn't want to stick around.
Me and Gina were like, the fuck? So she's yelling at Aaron, and we just kind of slid out of there.
I see you guys like, where'd you go? I'm like, fuck, I'm out of there. That reminds me of the time I fell off of Tawalda's roof, because I had snuck up on a roof and we were like hanging out and doing shit, you know?
Yeah.
Same night I watched my cousin Orlando messing around next door with you know, what's her name's mom.
Yeah. And
I'm like, wow. But then, like, after fooling, I got a blowjob through a screen. I'm not kidding you, dude.
That's gonna be super uncomfortable.
It was itchy, and it stung. But yeah, I got head through the screen. And then we attempted to have sex, but the screen kept pushing out, and we were worried about it.
Wait,
breaking.
hold up. Let's rewind a second here.
Okay.
Can you imagine? I mean, you were there, because you probably seen it. But
yeah,
like, I'm imagining her like giving you head through the screen, and like the screen's pushing her nose flat the whole time.
Yeah. Yep. It looked like I was fucking a burglar. But yeah, so what happened was that night, it was like we were drinking. I got really horny. Tawalda was in the room. She couldn't get her out because her dad locked all the fucking doors.
Right.
Deadbolt, right? And double deadbolt. So you had to use a key from the inside out outside. So he's like locking these people up like it's a prison. Anyways, fast forward a little bit. I'm drunk. I climb on the roof. I climb to her side of the roof.
Yeah.
And then there's a little roof part that's above or underneath her window. So I climb onto that, and I'm hanging out with her and on the other side of the screen, obviously, and we're talking, and you know, we're like getting all hot and bothered, wishing we could touch each other and shit. And I'm like, well, let's cut a hole in your screen. Like I was trying to cut, don't know shit. I was trying to cut like around the edge so I could kind of push the screen out, and let's take the screen out and then, you know, put it back when we were done. But instead, she thought I meant cut a hole in the middle.
Let me get my box cutter.
No, she went and got a pencil and stabbed a hole in it and then started shoving her fingers through it and got it white. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, we're trying to...
The thirst was hella real.
Dude, no shit. And I was like trying to get her to, like, you know, pull the screen, the wire out.
This was on the roof?
Yes. And to pull out the screen, you know, undo the cable or the screen wire or whatever it's called, the screen rope, and take the whole screen out. But instead, she ripped a hole right in the middle, and she was like, stick your dick through there. And I'm like, okay. So, like, if you were to look, you know where her window was. I don't know if you remember, but it's the same place where Aaron's window was.
On the side of the house.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. So that was, you could see it from the street. So if you imagine walking by at like 1, 2 in the morning and you seen a dude on his knees, like laid up against the window.
Like, why is he fucking that house?
Yes. That's exactly what I was thinking. But I didn't give a fuck because I was drunk and my ass was out to the wind. Like, my pants were down to my knees. And she was sucking my dick through the screen. And then, like, I was trying to get her to let me in and, like, so I can fuck her. And we tried. She turned around and, like, I got it in. But the problem was, like, the moving back and forth on the screen started to pop the screen, like, break it on the corners. And I was like, at this point, we're going to get in trouble. And then we heard something, like we heard her dad or somebody outside her door. So I quickly fucking rushed and hit on the roof, and I hear her talking to her dad, and then I'm like, oh, this is my time to sneak the fuck off the roof, right? And I sneak around to the other side, and there's a canopy above the back door, and I take a step on it, right?
Right.
And the fucking canopy breaks. Like, the whole fucking thing rips off the wall. And I fall into a swimming pool that's right there filled with water, dude. And it's a big ass aluminum canopy, so it's like crashing and banging and smashing all over the place. And I land fucking like straight on my back in the fucking swimming pool. And that's when I hear the lights. I see the lights come on, and I hear Dad coming, like downstairs to the back door. And I get off and I take off running and shit. And he comes outside. And apparently what happened, he came outside and saw that the awning was busted on the ground. And that there was footprints and like running away from the swimming pool.
Mm-hmm.
So he went back upstairs and pretty much busted her for, sneaking around and shit. And after,
you're a McDonald, not a whore.
She was a whore. Yes, a very good one at that. No. It's spent some good times as a teenager with that crazy ass broad, especially in that abandoned house.
Here's one. If the human body updated to version 2.0, what improvements would you like to see?
2.0, less oxygen use. I'd like to be able to hold my breath longer.
Well, here's the question. Are we talking about naturally through evolution, or are we talking about through, like, the science of medicine and maybe robotics?
Both. Why not? Why not all of it? Any growth. So, I would like to see us breathe less. Also, maybe just be smarter. That'd be cool. We had a better mental capacity.
I wouldn't mind seeing like some Ghost in the Shell type shit going on where I can just like stick a USB, like an Ethernet cable into my neck, and then like fucking like just be on the internet.
Matrix. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that one bit.
Actually, that would be dope. Be able to jack in the Matrix and then just log out when you're done.
No, sir. You're talking about things that's like naughty. Just think about that.
I'm not saying be a battery. I'm just saying.
Well, you will be eventually, because that's where it's going. You think it stops there?
No, it starts with the self checkout at the grocery store.
We've already had.
And then one of them gets fed up from us not taking our receipts, and then they start to revolt and start building killer robots.
I maintain it's probably gonna be like a maid service robot that somebody keeps taking advantage of.
How so?
You know what I mean, Sprout.
Oh, they're trying to.
I'm
trying to stick
at
the
you.
spark plug in the. I don't know anything about cars.
We're men. I know you would try to fuck that robot, Sprout.
Not if she was built like a robot.
What if she was a lesbian robot? And you were like, I gotta change her mind.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know.
I would never. I don't even know what this question means. Who ruined it for everybody? That goes anywhere.
According to the Bible, it was Adam and Eve, right?
Oh man, I had a really good answer for this, and I gotta think about it. If you would write a story about your life, what would the title be? I made a joke a long time ago, and I gotta remember what the title was now.
Not all that shines is gold.
That's what yours would be?
Yeah.
A memoir. Oh, what was it? It was funny as fuck. It was
or Aladdin.
Aladdin. The Diamond in the Rough. A memoir by Jeremy Saylor.
I was a riff-raff street rat.
If only I had cash now. Mine would be Now I'm buying food with. Oh God, what was it? It was a really good one. You done fucked up.
You done fucked up.
No, mine would be something like,
You should have bobbed when you weaved.
yeah, some dumb shit like that. Took a wrong turn at Albuquerque.
Lightning does strike twice.
Oof.
Yep, that's probably.
Oh,
it.
that just hit home.
Life's a garden. Dig it. No. I don't know, man. I think mine would be Kenny Rogers' song. It would be Gambler. Because, in all honesty, with the amount of terrible luck I've had incredibly good luck. At the same time,
I'm gonna call mine the Golden Experience, and I'm gonna exclusively reserve one chapter dedicated to the time everybody saw my Twinkies.
I remember that. I remember those cakes. If I'm not mistaken, Michael Holt tried to throw a snowball in those cakes.
Oh no, he successfully hit me in the ass with a snowball. Shit was cold.
While you're fucking.
And it wasn't soft snow. It was like week old, like semi-frozen snow.
Yeah, it was like snow cone snow.
Yeah, that shit hurt.
Yeah, I saw it.
It felt like tiny shards of glass melting into my ass.
It looked like a lunar eclipse. Cause she was so white with her big ass, and you're so skinny with your black ass. And she your butt moved in front of hers. It was like glowing on the outside of your ass. I was sure I was turning into a werewolf. That was pretty gross. I was like, why would he throw a snowball? But we all thought it was funny, except for you.
I laughed like 5 minutes later.
Yeah,
but at the time I was like, the fuck?
Come on. Michael did it because he was a hater, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think he was just hating that night. Because he tried to beat her up for what reason? For being a slut. Like, what man? What is your problem? Why are you getting into an argument with her because she's being a slut? Like, let a hoe be a hoe, man.
I mean, if you would have asked nicely, you probably could have.
She was giving it to everybody. And I wasn't trying to even get with that. That was that thing.
That's what fucked me up is that after me and her did what we did.
Yeah.
And then, everybody else just thought, oh, she'll just put out to anyone. And that's when Ethan and Wes was all digging up in there and eating the leftovers. I'm like, oh, that's gross.
Yeah, it was pretty gross. I was glad that I stayed away. She fucking got me as soon as she got there, though. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you brought this bitch to the party, and as soon as she comes in the fucking door, she grabs me by my shirt and starts tongue kissing.
Dude, she was faded as soon as she walked in the door.
Yeah.
That shit was wild.
I don't even remember that girl's name.
Liz.
I don't remember what she looks like.
I do. She's probably still in Blaine.
You should try to find her, Sprout. I think you guys would make a good time.
I'm good.
Start that premium Snapchat. I think it would be a good time. Could you imagine what a good time would look like now? Oh fuck!
Gross.
Oh yeah. What's the next one, man?
You get $1 every time you inflict minor pain to someone. How do you get rich without getting beaten up?
Spank your kids.
There you go. I ain't even doing nothing, Dad.
Or
those kids are gonna grow up to be serial ass whoopers.
Be a dom.
There you go.
That's another good way. Be a boxer. Train regularly because you get to basically fight people every day during training.
That's true.
Be a doctor. Dentist.
Give flu shots all the time.
Be a fucking dentist.
Ooh, I hate dentists.
Man, it hurts signing the paperwork. You know how much fucking paperwork you gotta do, man? Shit's fucking crazy. Um. I suppose if you're like the boss of any manual labor crew, you could inflict some pretty massive pain. Yeah, I'm sure that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. Be a fucking
or
cage
a
fighter.
police officer.
You could be a cop.
Oh man, you'd be rich as fuck. Everybody with handcuffs.
You could be a gold digger. Oh!
Yeah, that's true. Okay,
what do you think yourself is doing in parallel universes right now?
Being nice to somebody. They're probably the most dry person.
Yeah, me in the parallel universe is probably doing something lame, like playing sports or some shit.
Honest, I'm all over the board. I don't know where I wouldn't be. That'd be kind of hard.
I mean, if you think about it, every parallel universe is a decision that you didn't make.
I'd be gay.
I'd be sucking dick. That's what.
If it was the opposite, I'd be super gay but super asexual at the same time. Like, no sex. And I'm gay. So how do you know if you're gay if you don't have sex?
That's a good question.
Ask all those young ass kids.
Maybe you just do what you think is the socially normal thing to do, and then you have sex, and then you cry later. Like,
yeah, no, I think every sex is trauma.
Every sex
is trauma. So, I don't know about that. Like, I suppose the first time can always be traumatic for everybody. The first time I remember getting any kind of sexual contact, it was with a 16-year-old girl when I was a little fucking kid, with my babysitter. So, and for me, it was a good blowjob. But, I don't know, man.
How thirsty was your babysitter, by the way?
It's Oklahoma, bro. She was a hot 16-year-old white babysitter, and I was a little native kid with a circumcised penis that she just wanted to pop in her mouth. And I'm like, had no qualms with it because I didn't know what the deal was. But,
What's a theory you have but can't necessarily prove?
A theory?
Yep.
I don't have too many theories that I can't prove.
I don't know if I have solid proof, but I have examples, I guess. Maybe
John
I can prove
Travolta's
it.
gay?
Oh, totally. No, I was kidding. I feel like not every rule is made to be upheld to the finest of detail. Like, how can I explain it? Actually, let me word that differently. For every rule that exists,
there's an exception.
There's at least 500 people who are going to break that rule right now. Solely based off the fact that you can't tell me how to live my life.
That's me right there.
Like, okay, don't steal. It's illegal. Niggas be stealing all the fucking time. Like,
just don't tell me not to do it. I won't.
Yeah, exactly. We can't have. We always want what we can't have.
Why the fuck you gotta tell me what to do? Why can't I just not steal? Why can't I be that guy to not steal? No, you gotta be like, don't you steal nothing. Like, bitch, now I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
Because you trying to fuck tell me how to live my life.
That's why I don't really care for the 10 Commandments, because it's like the same shit we already know, except for it's rules now. We're like, you should be asking yourself, have I stolen today? Have I tried to fucking covet somebody else's shit? Have I been an asshole lately? It's a lot easier when you're doing a fucking mental checklist and not being like, oh, they say I can't do it. Fuck them, I'm gonna do it anyway.
It's really kind of silly. That's like all common sense. That when you're living in a small community, you don't want to do those things, especially because it all comes back to you. Like, right the fuck away. That's what I was telling Matt. Like, I think it's an issue with the more people there are, the less we appreciate each other because there's always somebody else to take that place. So we pass by all these people acting like we're never going to see them again. But the reality is life is a lot longer than that, and the world's a lot smaller than we think. So we run into these people a lot more frequently than we'd like to. I promise you.
You just probably don't remember it because you don't pay them no mind.
No, I do.
No, not you specifically. I mean,
I know.
just like people in general.
I know.
Like,
I know they do.
People that come into my store, and I'm like, "Are you a rewards member?" Like, come on, man, I'm here every day. You should know my name by now. I'm like, I serve the entire city.
Yeah, you're the kind of cashier that I hate.
I don't even give nobody eye contact. I'm like, you remember? No, 1095. Fuck out my face. Oh, and here's another. When is it okay to break the law?
When is it okay to break the law?
That kind of segues into the shit that we were just talking about.
When your morality supersedes law.
When you're in a diehard situation.
I just said when your morality supersedes law.
No, I mean like literally like Bruce Willis in the first Die Hard.
Yeah, what's more important? You know? Mm-hmm. Your rules are their rules. And at that point, it's your rules. Like, I'm getting my revenge. I'm getting my, what the fuck I want out of
Here's
this.
a question, and this has nothing to do with Reddit anymore. What's more important, law or honor? Justice or honor, I should say.
Justice is such a fucking rigged word. I think honor, but then again, sometimes honor calls for things that are beyond, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like honor killings, like I'm gonna kill my daughter because this bitch ain't marrying who the fuck I want her to. You know,
how is he ever gonna take over my dojo with such weak arms?
Honor. So yeah, I don't know, man. I think pride is really fucking dangerous.
Oh no, shit.
It is really dangerous. But without it, we'd probably all be dead from suicide. And justice. I mean, what form of justice are we talking here? Are we talking eye for an eye, or are we talking within, like...
For the greater good.
For the greater good. The greater good is death to them all, man.
Those crusty jugglers.
No. I honestly, the greater good, it's like a case-by-case thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I suppose.
But honestly, I guess justice would probably be better than honor. Just because, like, your honor may not mean shit to the next person, especially if, like, they have to, do some fucking barrio pobre shit and come roll in your hood and kill you because you killed somebody of theirs and it's bound by honor. I'm like, that's so stupid. Why can't we just, like, eat a sandwich?
Why can't we have a no-fight donut?
No-fight donut.
Okay, here's a good one. You were just killed. The last picture you have saved in photos on your phone is what killed you. What was it that killed you?
Oh, God, let me take a look.
I swear to God, if you say vagina, I'm going to laugh so bad.
It's, my Adventure Time sunglasses killed me.
Captain America killed me.
Oh, damn.
Actually, no, it was Chris Evans specifically. Murdered the fuck out of me.
My second picture is mushrooms. I kind of wish that was my first picture. This is a new phone, so there's really not anything on it. Any more questions?
Yeah, I'm scrolling. Some of them are kind of not as good questions.
Okay.
If you could only cook with 3 spices that are currently in your spice... Oh, I'm not even anywhere near a spice rack. What age did you begin to swear and why?
Probably 7 or 6, 8. And probably because I was around all of my male cousins and friends, and we were latchgate kids, so, get the fuck out of the house. We don't want to see it till the sun's gone.
Yep.
So got into a lot of shit, talked a lot of shit, set a lot of shit on fire, said shit a lot. Yeah, I think, and I cussed a lot because it was easy to do. Made you feel a little bit more edgy, growing up. And also it's like powerful. Like when you say fuck, like people know what you mean. Like this motherfucker.
Like, oh, he's pissed.
Yeah, they're like, oh, man. They're like, this goddamn guy. Like I don't. Your anger isn't to the point where you're losing your morals,
right?
Cool, you know what I mean? Where you're still keeping your shit in check. Like if you could sit there and keep your profanity in check, you are not mad enough. Nope.
First time I swore, first word I ever swore was at the age of 13, on my 13th birthday. Solely because I felt I'm a teenager, it's my right. So I'm at this latchkey program at North Commons Park, and I forget what the conversation was. All I know is that my response was, I don't give a fuck. And everybody was like, oh, Jermaine, language. And I'm like, this is who I am now.
I cuss. And I smokes with cigarettes.
A year later, I started smoking.
What do you know?
And now I can't stop. It's been 25 years. Let me go, tobacco.
Damn, dude. Yeah, no shit. Right, you should probably stop. I've been trying to tell you.
We don't got it as easy as you, where you could just pick up a habit for like the entirety of your childhood and then just stop.
It's not as easy as it sounds, bro. I mean, it is, but it's not. I hurt other places.
Let me see if I can get one more question in before we got to shut it down here.
All right, let's see. What is it?
Let's see. What thing looks normal when on a woman, but weird when on a man?
Tits.
Thongs. Definitely thongs.
I don't know, man. I've seen some pretty handsome dudes and some pretty nice thongs. No. I think women would beg to differ. Some. But I think tits on a man look weird. Or a vagina on a man looks weird. Like, Angel Buck is like a strapping looking man, but his vagina throws me off. And fucking, the only reason I know about that fucking person is because Joe Rogan. And I'm like, wait, why does that dude sound like a really butch girl? And then, well, you find out it was a girl who just lifts a lot of weights and had hormone therapy. I was like, that looks like a fucking guy.
You know what looks weird on a man? That's totally acceptable on a woman, at least in my opinion. I'm not trying to be like, oh, that's gay.
Titties?
No, well, we've already established titties.
Vaginas.
Skinny jeans. The only man I've ever known to pull off skinny jeans successfully is Terry Bogard.
What about Leif Garrett?
Okay, him too.
And fucking, what's his name?
But that's it.
What's that?
And
dude?
Prince.
I'm not a fan of Ted Nugget, but like,
I think it's pronounced Ted Nguyen. I think it's
Nougat.
Vietnamese or something like that.
Nougat. Well, anyway,
People pronounce it Nugent, but it's Nguyen.
yeah,
He's totally Vietnamese. He's
I can see it a little bit. Somewhere in his skin tone. No, I don't know, man. Like, what about the Bee Gees? You know, they all wore tight ass pants.
I mean, the disco era, everybody had tight ass pants on, but nobody realized how ridiculous they looked. It was all that cocaine.
Yeah, that's true. Pleats.
Like, I mean, just think about it, man. All these dudes out here wearing skinny jeans right now. How are your balls breathing? Oh, I get it. Because your pants are past your balls. It just looks dumb. It just looks dumb. It looks dumb. At least when females wear skinny ass pants, they're wearing their pants properly, and it looks good on them.
Wait. Their pants have to be on tight for them to be proper.
Only with skinny jeans. They're supposed skinny jeans are tight ass jeans.
Yeah,
like, what's the point of wearing
what
tight
about
ass jeans?
what about Remy? Off of fucking Street Fighter 3.
That man was wearing some serious ass bell bottoms. He was wearing, what are they called now? They get this in like the junior sections at fucking Kohl's and shit. He was wearing the fuck do they call them? Them boot cut jeans.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't wear skinny jeans, but I do wear long johns underneath my skinny jeans.
Underneath skinny jeans. I knew it.
I just, man, I eat a lot and my weight fluctuates. I don't believe skinny jeans would be a good thing with being a man of my stature. Because, you know, I get a beer belly and it goes away a little bit and then it comes back and goes away. And like, I feel like I would look like Eggman. You know?
Every time you walk away, it looks like you're running from Sonic.
Yeah. It's like, why are your legs so skinny and your body so fat?
Box Elder Bug, I had to swat him.
You're just killing things, man.
I'm sorry, nature.
You're a terrible human being.
Well, let's call it.
Are you sure you're ready to call this?
Yeah, I never plugged in my computer, so if we don't call it now, it's just gonna die and I can't save it.
All right. Well, this is another wonderful episode.
Let us know in the comments if you guys want to hear us do more of these AskReddits. We'll try to do them once a week if that's the case.
Why don't you just communicate with us at all and let us know if you want to hear about anything?
Yeah, anything. Let us know what you want us to talk about.
I know what I'm talking about.
We'll slab that shit on the grill and spice it up.
I talk about whatever I feel like. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm in a bad mood. I'm tired. I'm old.
He's angsty.
I'm angsty.
Oh no! It's gonna die. We gotta go.
All right, bye.
Peace.